Hey everyone, I'm Coach Arlen Bento Jr. and welcome to Scruffy to Scratch, where we're going to be helping my son George get better at his golf game. He's a hardworking maintenance supervisor, but as we get better, you're going to see how we're going to turn him to a scratch player. So, how you doing, George?
Good. Yeah.
So, we've been having some success, okay? We're starting to learn a little bit. George has been struggling with a couple of things, but primarily just getting the club face square before impact, okay? So let's set up to the hitting area. Let's not even use a ball. Let's do some practice swings, okay? So let's get, now what we're working on is I'm trying to get him to feel like he's kind of like leaning over more from his chest. I kind of feel like he's kind of like in this kind of like squatty position, but I want you to kind of feel like you're leaning over a little bit more, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, top of the swing. Good. That looks good there. Good. Now, what we've been working on, you can talk about it. Tell me what you've been working on really hard at doing.
I've been working at stopping at P5.
So P5 is this position. So here's P1's the backswing, P2's the set, 3's the top. There's a transitional move where that right shoulder falls down. That starts the move. And then P5 is when the club has to get square. P1, P5 are similar. So P1's like 35 degrees, give or take, right? But if what George was doing is every time I watch him hit, he would get here and the face would look like that into what I call P5. So by the time he got to impact, it was really hard for him to square the club face, okay? So let's go to the top again, all the way up. And we got to come down to here. That's there. You got to clean your clubs, bro. These clubs are dirty. So these are, well, say thanks to Cobra, we got some new, so my set from last year, my dark speed, perfect fit for him, right? So he's got all new Cobra stuff. But we got to get the club here. Okay, show it to me again. Okay, people forget to clean their clubs all the time. Go there and drop it. Yeah. So he's been working on trying to feel that and then just turn and rotate. Okay, do a couple swings and let's see what happens. And go. Good. How's that feel?
Cool. Top.
Go. Good. So divot board's looking good. That's good. All right, hit some shots. Nothing crazy. Let's see if we can get the club square. So centered ball position, maybe a little forward of center. We got the left arm thing working. That's good. Let it fly. A little thin, not bad though. Keep working. So thin, in case you're watching, means that he hit the ball on the lower part of the club. So the ball didn't get its elevation. He's got to get the club underneath the ball a little bit, and that means his low spot or the low point of his swing is too early. You want to get the club to work down and through the ball about 3 or 4 inches. He'll get it. Another low one. So you're rushing. You're rushing. You didn't even get a chance for the screen to reset. Try another one. So put a ball in position. Step away from the ball. And do a practice swing. Remember, golf's all about rhythm and timing. Kick that tee everywhere. No, forget that drill. Just swing now. That was the feel. Just swing, yeah. Find a little turf. Where's my, you got to find some turf. There's some ground on there we got to get to. There's your golf swing. One more time. That's gorgeous. Okay, let it fly. So what happened there?
Wide open.
Yeah, but what happened though? You tried to hit down. So you associate, well, taking the divot, you thinking about what?
Hitting the ground.
Yeah, but we don't hit the ground. It's timing. It's the body. So practice again. You look like you're on edge today, like you're rushing. Why are you rushing? Relax. There you go. We're not thinking about anything. We're just turning and swinging, trying to find a little ground. There you go. Go to ball. Again. So that's thin, 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 right? Okay. So here's a trick if you're struggling with thin, right? So line up to the golf ball. Tell me what you're looking at. When you get ready to go.
A little 1-inch gap between the ball and the face.
Okay, so that's wrong. Why would you think about this when your target's way over here? Right? So never think about that.
Okay.
Your target's way in front of the ball, about 3 inches, maybe 4.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people, they'll tell me when they look down, they look at the top of the ball. And that's wrong too, because we don't want to hit the top of the ball. We want to hit the ground that's under the ball, right? So your goal is to get the club to go through the golf ball, okay? There we go. That's closer. That's closer. I'm going to watch from back here because we are getting a lot of thin shots. That was better. That had a better rhythm to it. Good. I like that swing a lot. The data points were good. So 3-0, a little bit on top of it. Face was square, carrying 140. But again, probably would get more out of this club on the course, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are we hitting? 7? 8. Okay. Keep going. Let's see what we got. So 140 is not bad, but that's not his number. So really low for an 8, right? Yeah. So again, he's getting a little steep. Club head speed. So that carried a lot more because you pulled it, right? Okay. So let's just work on his transition. Let's go to top of the swing. He's going to pause here. He needs to feel this shoulder falling, but your head doesn't do it. The head stays there. It's just a tiny there before the body. Well, the body's already going, right? It's just this shoulder has to drop so you can shallow the club back here. So whatever you want to think about, you can think about just your arms doing it. You can think about your shoulder doing it. The club from the top has to shallow. Now, I grabbed this the other day, actually yesterday, and I really like this. This is an old pillow wedge, right? And what I want George to feel is go to the top, help him shallow out the club. So in transition, he's going to feel like the club is going this way into P5, right? And then his body's going to turn and go through. Okay? So try a practice swing. Go to top and go, instead of doing that hard P5, just softly transition to P5. Good. Again, up. Up. Does that feel different? Do you feel the club? What does it feel like? You feel like the club's way behind you. What do you feel?
Yeah.
It's like way behind.
Yeah.
All right, let me move this out of the way. So go to the top, pretend the wedge was there, and let it fall. Yeah. And then move your body. Yeah. You're still going to shift your weight and do all that stuff, right? Drop it. Good. Better. Okay. Try hit a shot. And again, these are hard to do. When someone's giving you instruction and you don't get to feel it and you try to do stuff, it's super hard. See, the timing's all weird, right? Yeah. Pattern was better. You went from -3 to 0. I don't think you take enough practice swings. I think you rush. I think you got to back up and let the club go down into its transition. That's nice. I like that. Good. Let's try a ball. There we go. That's much better. But see how low that thing's flying? Kind of low for an 8. Yeah. Smash factor was good. See the path though, you coming across it? I mean, you hit that ball 180 yards because it's coming off so low. There we go. That's a little better height. Better numbers, right? Okay, do a practice swing. So George was watching me do some lessons before we started doing Scruffy to scratch here. So let's do a practice swing. And then what I was doing with one guy, I was holding his head Okay, now come down and go all the way through. Swing. You're not doing that, are you? Huh?
No.
All right, do it again. So his head's moving too much. Golf is a centered. You have to keep your head centered, right? Go. Go. See the different feel?
Yeah.
Better. Yeah. So a lot of people, when they're doing this feeling, they feel like their left shoulder goes under their chin on the backswing, and their right shoulder's coming under their chin. But if your head's moving too much this way like that, you're going to hit it low. Because if your head is moving forward, you're going to hit it low. So take a practice swing again. Feel like I was holding your head there. Pretty good. Try ball. Let's see if that helps. Close. Close. Where's my little club stick that I like to use? It's one of my favorite products here. I shouldn't say products. So the $1 dollar store floaty.
Yeah.
It's been through a lot of wars. Okay. Keep the head steady with the stick. Different feel, right? Good. Try ball. Let's see what we get. Closer. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. Yeah, we've been thin all day. So thin just, okay, so cause and effects, right, in golf. So thin is one of the 4 major things that we do wrong. We hit the ground first, heavy, fat. That's usually like some sort of lower body transition, like you're just not on your left side, you're not turning, moving correctly. Thin means your arms are too fast. Your arms are faster than your body sequence, right? So it's timing and transition. But see, it's weird, like I don't want you to swing slow. You know, I want you to explode, but the timing of that is controlled, right? The other thing too that a lot of people struggle with, try this, practice one, go to the top. Forget the mat, I don't want you to hit that. Go to the top. Okay, good. In transition, when you're there, right? When this thing kind of goes down, the body, remember, so start moving your hips, and it kind of has to sit more like down. You know, like trying to push your hips back a little bit. So the feeling of like sitting this way, it's not going to let you hit thin shot. Yeah. So try to like sit. I call this bouncing. It almost like feels like your legs are sort of like doing this bouncing motion as you're turning. So try to go to the top and just try to feel like your knees go down, bounce. See the different feeling? Yeah. And that's something I try to help people with when they struggle, like with thin, right? They just try to bounce into the shot. Go do one more. Bounce. Good. Let's hit a shot. Better. That was one of the best ones. All right. We're going to end our show on that good strike. Good session today, right? Had a couple crazy ones, but that's because we're changing timing, right? So he's big, he's strong, he can hit clubs miles, right? But if he doesn't get the technique down, he's never going to be consistent. So we're working really hard at kind of creating some positions. This is still a work in progress, right? We're going to get him there. He actually hits the ball pretty good on the golf course. His short game's good. He chips and putts really good. So I think we're going to be able to get him, you know, into the low 80s. The goal is to get to the mid 80s into low 80s over the next 3 months by summertime, our time. So we're in February. By summer, we want him to like be able to break 90 all the time. His score will come down when he doesn't hit the wild shots. Yeah. And we eliminate any doubles and triples. Because right now there's too many like big holes, right? Yeah. And so there's good holes, and then there's 1 or 2 big holes, and that's driving the score up. So anyway, thanks for watching Scruffy to Scratch. Check us next week. Make sure you like and subscribe.